Thank you for joining us today. 193 members of the countries of the United Nations have accepted the goal of achieving gender equality by the end of the 2030. However, less than 6 years left until the deadline. No country will able to reach that goal. Why countries cannot reach goal?
So thank you so much for your question. That is super important. Let me share with you one number. If we wanted to achieve this goal in the next 6 years, the world will need to invest $360 million per year to achieve gender equality. So the first big gap is investments, financial investments, resources. You don't change a reality without resources. This is one challenge that is big. And gender equality is endemically under-resourced. So maybe if you wanted to tackle more challenges, we can talk about the culture, gender social norms, and I will give you another number. 90% of the population across the world holds at least one gender bias against women's rights. 90%, women and women and men, both. So, and 49% think that men are better leaders. So this is the second kind of piece of the puzzle in the challenges: social norms, cultural belief systems. How do you influence changing this kind of mindset and structures that are very ingrained in institutions? The institutions that are ruling countries are ingrained in many dimensions. So that's to mention a couple of challenges. Maybe the third one can be capacities. We need to go through serious public sector reforms to work for everybody, to work also for women and in all the diversity. So the challenges are big, but the willingness is also big. It's also big, at least for UNDP, of helping countries to make this, to achieve these commitments.
And what are the biggest challenges you faced in promoting gender equality, and how do you address them?
Well, they're very linked to my previous answer. When we work in countries, frankly speaking, we benefit a lot from the relationship with governments and the trust that they that we build together. So I wanted to talk first about the positive things. And once you have the trust, the path can be faster or slower, but we accompany them and we go and we stay, even in countries where is extreme the situation of women, like Afghanistan. So we work with women in all of these countries. So the challenges are very diverse. Sometimes is political will, sometimes is more about resources, sometimes is capacities. It depends on many factors.
What awaits the world regarding gender inequality after 2013, and what are the UNDP's key goals for gender equality for the next 5 to 10 years?
Well, for UNDP, because we are United Nations, we follow conventions and conferences, so we will remain fully committed to Beijing and committed to SDGs. Our agenda, I wanted to think that it will be, cannot preempt the future, but it will be for sure the eradication of poverty, where poverty has this women's face in many countries, eradication of poverty, at the core also strengthening democracies, so we do not have backlash and regression in rights and opportunities for women. So, and the third one, 100% is going to be climate change. It's going to be the green transition, to ensure that it's just the green transition. But there are other priorities that for sure will stay. Let me mention just these three that are the core of, and they are interconnected, the core of the context where we operate today and the future.